That's my energy. Brrr. Whoa. Hey guys, barely made 9 o'clock tonight, and I was so going to do this video. If you don't know me, I am super determined. I am Claudia. Well, you're probably on, if you're not watching on YouTube, you're watching on my personal Facebook page, so you already know who I am. Hot mess, been up since 5 o'clock this morning, and I drove down to do my little bit of holiday in Orlando with a BFF, and everybody is on the road. You guys be careful out there. Be very careful. Those roads are crazy. So I thought I'd leave at 2. Nope. Left at like 6. And then what's an easy drive for me turned into a really long, gruely drive. And I don't ever want to miss my 9 o'clock because that's when you know I'm going to be on. However, I was going to say it's Saturday night. It's Sunday, the only Sunday that we are open 2 Sundays a year at Hands to Paws, right before Thanksgiving and right before Christmas. Row, Merry Roughness Christmas. Oh, that doesn't sound good. We don't want to say roughness. That's not good. I was going to say barkaholic. That doesn't sound good either. Okay, I'm punchy. Have a Merry Christmas. Let me leave the dog pun out of it. So this morning on, let me do this too. Claudia at 38 years, canine expert, studied at Virtue University with their canine behavioral courses, certified in dog behavior through Purdue University, been a stylist since I was 19, and I have studied with the best of the best in both industries. So tonight we are going to talk Summers Wells puppies. We have been discussing the importance of a relationship between children and their dogs. And we've been discussing the children. If you don't know who Summer Wells is, she's missing now 6 months, 5 years old, from rural Tennessee off a mountain. And I am not a true crime channel. I became interested when I got an alert, when the canines of the world alerted me and said, Miss Claudia, there were 20 dogs on that property. And somebody said 20 dogs were not on the property the night they claimed that Summer was abducted. Red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag. And let me give you an update. There were 20 plus dogs on Summer Wells' property. And when you watch the videos with Summer Wells, her brothers, and these dogs, you will see nothing but puppy love. You will see dogs and children having tremendous relationship. I am so glad that these children had these dogs to develop, will help them develop healthy development under situations that could be deemed incredibly neglectful. And we do have, I don't know if she's going to join tonight, but she is going to join another chat. This was very last minute. I sent her to her tonight, but an expert on behavior, human behavior, who worked for DCF, has been on, and she has been looking at the information in this case so that she can discuss it. So we've been discussing the importance. Do you want a puppy for your Christmas? If you would adopt a dog for Christmas, is a dog for a child a good idea? Then we've also been discussing that unfortunately children are on the bottom of the abuse chain, and then dogs would be below children. However, they together can actually save each other, right? So, and a lot of times children are given dogs over the holidays, and a lot of times their dogs are given to children during trauma. Hey. So that's going to be our expert. Let me go through this, Nicole, because you're going to find this fascinating. So I personally was given a trauma dog as a young child, and that I'm tangled up. That dog set the course for my career. And because of that dog, I go into a career with animals, right? So let's get to tonight. In the description, I'm not very good at putting, I listen to the YouTubers and they put just links to other people's channels. I don't know if I actually put a link because I'm not very technically sound. But I did put Michelle After Dark and Michelle Walks in my description. And it's super important because I don't have permission and I don't know all the rules of YouTube, but I know there's copyright things. So like I listen to everything Michelle says. And she says, absolutely never do anything with Dr. Phil because he'll knock you out like that. But I wouldn't put up another YouTuber's video without permission. And boy, Michelle, if you watch my videos, girl, I cannot wait to talk to you. So Michelle also puts out a lot of videos on dogs and scent dogs and cadaver dogs and different jobs that dogs do. As I get a little further with this January, I'm so tired. So I get a little further with this channel in January, I will be bringing you top pros in this industry. So let's go to the reason for this video tonight. 20 dogs do not disappear. There is 20 dogs. You're going to think there's 20 plus dogs, right? Because if there's 20, there's more. We know that dogs were dropped off at this mountain on a regular basis. We know these dogs are at least fed, and within 20, you're going to have different packs. You're going to have one main unit, and then you're going to have different packs. We've been discussing the different tones in a dog's alert, right? And we've also been discussing that if dogs know if there is impending danger, right, they may not alert. They might low growl and become on high alert and get into stance. But a 5-year-old child who is hugging and loving and playing with puppies is part of that pack. And the thing that started me on this was Michelle. Hey, Michelle, you're my girl. She's in England. She had said in one of her videos that if they had just put cams on the dogs on those property, we'd find Summer. Whether Summer is, and I pray that Summer is still with us, but the odds are that she is not. And the more we're listening to Summer's puppies, Summer, your puppies are going to tell the story. The more we listen to Summer's puppies, the more we're figuring things out. So the links to this channel are in there, but let me give you, she's going to walk you up this mountain, and she's going to, in the video, she's going to walk you down. Actually, Summer's dad is. But Michelle's going to explain it. And I loved it. I, this morning, was like, go, Michelle. Go, Michelle. That's what I'm talking about. There's just some things that the dogs just wouldn't do. They wouldn't leave their puppy. So the night that Summer goes missing, 20 dogs go missing because according to Dawn, there are 20 dogs were not available. Let me tell you something else, and I might be wrong. Michelle, if you're watching this, please feel free to contact me and correct me because I can't deep dive like Michelle. Michelle's a total expert in this case. I've been following the case, but I don't become... Did you just say 20 dogs just disappeared the night Summer went missing? When the police got there and they ransacked that house, and when they ransacked that truck, and I know some things about this, okay? When they did that, dogs don't come out wearing, they're not the FBI coming out going, hey, FBI dog over here. No, today. That's not what they do. And the dogs on the property aren't going, whoa, cop dog. Whoa. Popo dog. Dog patrol in the house.
Paw Patrol.
Right. They're going to go, whoa, who are you? What are you doing? What pack are you from? What are you doing on my property? Alert, 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 alert. Ruh-roh. Right?
Yeah.
20 dogs are gone. Okay. So Summer, your puppies are telling a story, honey. They're telling a story. That bond, it's going to tell the truth. the truth is going to come out. So let's go through Michelle's video. And then Nicole, I know you've been deep diving into Summer Wells, so that was best message I could have gotten, that you said you wanted to talk Summer
Yeah,
Wells.
I wanna be involved in the conversations because I don't know that I would have been aware of all of this if it wasn't for your channel. And it speaks to so many important things as far as animals and relationships and safety and children, and that's what I do too. So, and I
Yeah, give
rely
us a
on my
brief.
dogs. I rely on Argo, and Belle when I go to work and the kids are here. So, yeah, I want to hear what you have to say.
You want to give us your credentials, why it's so important that that I have you on?
Well, I think it's important because you're my sister, and I worked in mental health as a case manager for I don't even know how many years. I worked in psychiatric hospital. I worked as a case manager for the Department of Children and Family Services, which was awesome. Now I'm a special needs in a self-contained ESC unit teacher. And I have two kids that keep me very busy. As you well know, I've been up since 3:45 this morning, so I'm doing pretty good. I'm still awake. And
Doing better than I'm doing. I've been up since 5, and I'm like, oh.
just stay on here. I'm like dozing off. And so I have two kids that keep me very busy every weekend. And I also do skincare and makeup. So I'm very interested, I have my hands in a lot of different things.
Yeah, as all of us do, and then we're developing this channel. So far, the only night we're not on is Saturday night. Saturday night, I'm learning to take a break until I
Mm.
narrow it down to 3 or 4 nights. So, and excitingly enough, Nicole, I was going to tell you a funny story. So Nicole was not feeling well, and she was super tired the other night, and I was really trying to get her engaged in speaking to and we're not going to do this tonight, but we will do it on another live stream, speaking to the policies and procedures of DCF coming in. And Michelle calls it must be called something else in England because she says it differently. But of what, when they would remove a child, how many times they need to be out before they remove a child, how many times what they look for, what are the stipulations that you have to follow before a child is removed, and do those caseworkers have the right to start pulling animals off the property? And I will say this, any video that I've seen of these dogs, they are very healthy. I do not see, I cannot speak to neutering and spaying and vaccines. I have spoken to that I've looked into. Tennessee does have all these things available. And we know that there were puppies and kittens constantly being born on the property, and that the kids would give them away at the bus stops. The kids would bring them to the church. And the children were always looking for homes for the dogs. And I can tell you this, children bonded with some of those dogs. Some of those dogs were bonded with different children. And the boys have been removed. As far as I know, speculation and what I listen to YouTubers, the other boys do not want to go back. And I'm sure they have, we know. So we're only getting tidbits in this case. I'm only speaking to the dogs and the relationship between children and dogs. And I'll speak through that because that is who I am, my passion. Anybody knows me knows that that's fact.
Did
So
you say how old the boys were?
they probably have, Nicole. But I couldn't tell you. However, as you do your investigation into the Summer Wells, I'd start with Michelle and I would go through all of Michelle's videos because she delivers information in a very concise manner, a very digestible manner. The other thing that Michelle, when she speaks, she's walking her dogs. She's very podcasty. So even if you were traveling with the kids or you're at a game with the kids, she's very easy to listen to, and she has a
That's good to know because I
Mhm.
need a distraction sometimes out there.
Yeah, and she's also spoken to Jody Sue, the neighbor. So let me just give everybody an update on that. Don Wells admittedly molested his 5-year-old sister at 5 when he was 12 and she was 5. out of the horse's mouth. This is an admission. His son is in prison or has been convicted of, what is it, the word I'm looking for, Nicole? Convicted of sexual
A
assault
sexual
on
offense of a
minors.
minor.
Yeah, SA. We can't say that on God. I don't want to get monetized. SA. You're not allowed to say certain things on YouTube or Facebook. So SA. So he admitted that. The neighbor, Jody Sue, there are some YouTubers out there, because I'm learning about the YouTube community, and a part of this community I really want to be a part of, and another part of it I don't. So there is a woman out there, she got her feelings hurt, and she has attacked Jody Sue. However, Jody Sue has cancer and thyroid problems, is leaving an abusive relationship. She lived on the property next to the wells. She had a stalker. She thought the stalker, did you hear what I said? She had a stalker. That's what she believed. She had a stalker. Her soon-to-be ex, the person that she has left, swears that the stalker, because he chased him one night, was Don Wells. And right after that happened, and they meet Don Wells, her 2 dogs go missing.
Oh my God.
That alerted her and were very bonded with her. And I believe one of the dogs' name was Ginger. 5. Now let's move fast forward to the case with Summer Wells, who's 5. She was 4 and then turned 5 during this, okay? So she disappears at 4, she turns 5. Now, at the time that she had the stalker, guess how old her daughter was?
5. 5.
5. So now we have an admission as a teenager. We have speculation, right? We have Jody Sue's version, because now it all clicks in her head. 5 years old, maybe the stalker wasn't stalking her. Maybe the stalker was stalking her 5-year-old. And the scenario with the dogs again. But baby girl, Summer Wells, these dogs are going to tell you a story, and the dog people are all over it because dogs do not lie. So now both her channels, I'm not sure if I actually have links, but I have both the names of her channels in the description of this video. So I just want to go through some key points. Michelle talks about alerting. Go girl. So no dogs on the property the day Summer Wells go missing. Isn't that fascinating? 20 dogs. Mommy dogs don't leave their dogs, puppies. They'll go out, they'll do their thing, they'll stay away for a while, especially if those puppies are 10 or 11 weeks old. They're like, peace out, I need a minute, but they're not staying gone long. Packs within packs. When she's going up, she's doing the going up the hill. She talks about the noise and the alerting of the noise at the hill. And as soon as Don goes up that hill, he is greeted by 3 dogs immediately. When he goes down the hill, and we believe that Don is filming this, when he goes down this hill, he counts them out for you. 6 dogs. That's a pack. 6 dogs follow him down. That's a pack. Remember I said a packs within packs? That's a pack of dog following him. When the dogs alert, bark, growl, howl. Remember we discussed howling. Dogs will howl. Yeah. They're grieving, right?
Yeah.
They'll pack out and they'll howl. Oh.
Yeah.
It can mean all sorts of things, but it definitely can mean grief. When the dogs are barking, the other dogs in the neighbors start barking, right? Because dogs can communicate through barking. Boom, boom. So you can hear all these dogs barking. It was dead quiet that night. So my big question was, well, that's not possible. The neighbors complained about the dogs on the Wells property, and they complained about barking. That was a chronic complaint. And now when everything's quiet, nobody heard any of these dogs bark, and they're where? They're all where? They're where? And yes, they live on a mountain, but 20 dogs aren't going missing at once. So they're going down the dog trail. So Don gives 2 separate stories. He said his one version is, and I can't remember it exactly right now, but it's they went down this way. His second version changes after the scent dogs come out and they follow Summer's scent down a hill and they lose it at the road. Okay. So I'm going to say that again. His story changes and it changes to what the dogs said. And the dogs said they had Summer's scent going down a hill and they lose it at the road. Okay. So now Don believes that the abductor came up, grabbed Summer, went down there, got in a vehicle, and left. That's what he says happens. How do you get on that property? Go watch this video. He's greeted the minute you go. He goes up that hill. He's greeted by 3 dogs. He goes down the hill. He's with 6 dogs. A stranger walked in that property. He has a pack surrounding him, alerting. And if they're not alerting, they're deep growling. Bottom line, growling. Okay, impending danger. They're going to want. Now, I've watched these dogs every time I have an opportunity and I stare at these dogs. They are tough. Now, according to Don, they're stupid idiots that disappear whenever they want, do whatever they want. But those dogs know that Don's part of their pack and is following him like he's the leader of the pack. They're following him. They're greeting him. They're doing all the relationship. Those are Summerwell's puppies. If you saw some of these videos with all these puppies, which all look healthy, by the way, if you see these videos, those are Summer's babies. You know those dogs, those adult dogs that you've seen grew up on that property, they were Summerwell's babies. They know what happened. So you got neighbors, you got either the scenario they're growling. Where did all these dogs go that night? Now you have dogs alerting dogs. All right. And then the dogs lose the scent at the road.
And you had said that the house wasn't in good shape, that they had wanted to take the other children because of the condition inside.
Yes. So I will have to do another link. And I'm sorry, God, this guy is great. It's called The Interview Room. And I'm blanked out on his name. Lord, forgive me. But his channel is The Interview Room. He is fantastic. He is probably one of the best interviewers I've ever heard. And not that I'm an expert. I'm not. I'm a dog expert. Okay, guys? Ruh-roh. But as far, man, there are certain people that I follow. I'm not sure I'd want to be questioning because I might submissively urinate because I'm just scared of these guys. They are so good. And he goes to Candace's house. It's Candace and Don Wells are the parents. And he goes inside the house and Candace walks him around the house and shows him the house. And you definitely want to watch that. And they show the property. And, you know, people live all sorts of different lifestyles. I'm going to tell you that it was very disturbing for a little girl to be living in a basement without having even posters. And I don't get the impression that Don and Candace were so broke. Don has a very good job. Candace might not work, but Don works in construction and is very experienced at what he does. And the church would have helped them, and just sweet things for little girls. Little girls need, flowers and maybe a poster or something that they enjoyed, dolls or, so you're going to see that the room, and their room's down there with the parents' room too. So has SA been brought up? Of course it has. So where is Summer? But the room is disturbing. I think you should look at it. As far as the house itself, all right, it's not spotless. It's, but I don't think that per se, cluttery per se makes, bad parenting or neglect. It's a hot mess and needs to be, get an overhaul, a good spring cleaning day and that kind of thing, but it's where summer slept that is there's no posters on the wall. I mean, like, you don't have to have money to make something sweet. And money
Yeah.
doesn't buy love or care. You could be a millionaire and be a neglected child.
Yeah.
Need a puppy, right? To have
Yeah.
relationship with.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that as a former DCF worker, your impressions, the interview room, and please go list. Like I said, Michelle Walks or Michelle After Dark. Those are her 2 channels. She is very digestible and easy to listen to. She doesn't engage in too much speculation. She'll address it. So if you really want speculation, I can advise other channels that are just speculative channels. I'm a dog channel, so and what's up, dog? I didn't even say it. What's up, dog? We'll talk about anything dog. And I'll do true crime in the arena of the dog. Okay, where the dog is involved and update on the case. But honestly, I'm going to get a lot of that information from other YouTubers. It's the dog behavior I'm an expert in, which is why I have Nicole on for these lives. So Nicole, I hope everybody's finding this content really interesting, because we've been talking about alerting, how important the tones of the dogs are alerting. It's important for the children. It's important for you. It's important for your safety. It's important to understand that dogs live in real time. They are not rationalizing. You are not gaslighting the dog. You're just not doing it. Mama dogs are not leaving their puppies. 20-something dogs do not disappear. If the dogs lost the scent, what else happened? Because they picked it up. And dogs don't get out of cars and go, hey, FBI dog here today. And the dogs on Don's property aren't going, oh, popo cop, don't talk to them. Right?
Right.
Just not doing it. So I want to thank, and Jody Sue, she's kind of, like I said, doing memoirs. I happen to really like this woman. And by the way, Jody Sue, if you ever watch this, our channel would like to monetize. We are a baby channel, but I am not making any money off of summer, honey. And Michelle also does not put up things. She needs to make a living. She is a true crime YouTube channel. So if you are subscribing or you're one of her people on her channel, but she is not soliciting for money for summer wells. And everybody be very careful here, because people are making money off a 5-year-old child and sensationalizing it. And it is a sensational case. It is very old school Maury Povich. Okay. It is messy and it has twists and bends and turns. And I understand why it is such a case, but Michelle and Jody Sue, I'm not making money off of summer wells. I'm talking dog. So you can be reassured in that. And it's very important to Jody Sue, because she's there and she has a lot of information that I know she doesn't disclose, because she's probably bound by the investigation. And this is a very open investigation. So she doesn't disclose a lot of that. So, but she's kind of doing her memoirs and talking, and she's been the only neighbor that has been forthcoming. And she is the reason, Nicole, that we discussed. And by the way, I listened to another interview with Jody Sue, and she had also called social services on times when she felt, when social services wasn't out there, she felt they needed to be out there. She'd be out there. So Nicole was on the other night and she was so tired, she fell asleep. True story?
True story.
I was going through YouTube this morning, because I don't expect this channel to have a lot. I expect this channel to have traction because it's an interesting channel. It's messy right now, but it'll get better. And I was going through my usual YouTube feed, because Michelle walks her dogs about 9 o'clock in the morning and guess who's becoming one of her biggest fans? In fact, I hope her views on that video skyrocket. I hope they just go off the chain. I just looked and there was only like 500 and something views. Go watch Michelle. You want to know something about the case? That's the person to go to. Her, the interview room. And of course, the Grizzlies, Grizzly True Crime, because I'm an OG. I subscribe to her channel too. And we're swaggers, by the way. Welcome to our swag. What's up, dog? So I hope her views just skyrocket on, because the puppies are going to tell the story. Summer baby girl, those dogs are going to give it up. We're going to find out through those dogs. And if there are remains on that property, I promise you those dogs know where those remains are. I promise you. And if Summer has been abducted, because there is a video floating out there, a very, very, very strange video of Summer dancing in the yard with an old tin. I don't know if it's a gas can. It almost reminds me of what I would use for feed when I was doing horse feed. It's a big tin can, and Summer's dancing in it in her little dress. And behind it on the can is written "for sale." Now, they may have been selling some tires, I don't know, up in the mountain. However, it is a very odd, weird, bizarre video. So, in which case, we would like Summer Wells to have closure, and her puppies are going to help her. I promise. That's the law of the universe. So, have you been able to look into anything else in Summer Wells, Nicole?
Nope, but that is my plan now that we're back on break. And
Okay.
this tournament's over. That'll be my plan tomorrow, because this has been very interesting and I want to know more. I see a little bit more from what my end would have been. What have they done? What are they looking at? Are they going through the protocols?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen it myself.
Oh my God, listen, I got people. I'm sorry, I was so involved in this conversation. Hey, Rebecca. And I even set up my phone. So I am in Orlando tonight. It's my only day off tomorrow. We have been so crazy busy at the salon. I just wanted to get this out. I want to encourage everybody to go watch Michelle. I want to be Michelle's friend. I really like this woman. I love her super digestible information. I love the way her brain thinks. She's not just jumping to conclusions. She's going through what is happening. Hey, Pat. Hey, Pat, how come you never say hi? What's going on with you? What's up, Batman? Dina, what's up, Dina from England? We got England in the house again tonight. Dina, go watch Michelle. Do you know her? Do you know her, Dina? Are you guys close? I don't know England at all, so I wouldn't even know if you told me. But Pat, what's up with you, Batman? Why aren't you saying hi to me? Huh? I thought you were always my #1 fan. Maybe he's got a girlfriend or a wife or something. So I'm actually, I have a house sitter at my house. The salon is open tomorrow, and I am in Orlando with one of my besties. That's what took me so long to get here. She is falling asleep. She is also very passionate about children and trauma. Ursula, I hope I said her name, from Grizzly's True Crime, is also very passionate about trauma. Nicole, you're very passionate about children and trauma.
Yeah.
And children and neglect, and not in a judgy passionate. When it comes to SA, yes, we probably, as I heard Ursula say today, and I love this word, we're probably snarky about it. Get away from our babies. Get away from our babies. So I'll say that we can be very snarky about it, but we're trying to come at things unbiased. And that is why I like those. And I like other channels. I have speculation channels that I am like, ooh, that's dirty. Ooh, that's messy. And I follow those for that value. Okay. But when I bring it to you, I'm going to bring you the best truth I possibly can bring to you. Would you agree, Nicole? That's what we're
Yeah.
going to do.
Hmm.
We're going to try to be as unbiased as possible.
Yeah,
So,
we're just trying to understand and get the facts and put
mhm.
together based on what we both know, probably mostly more about what you know about dog behavior and what I might know about the other end of what happens with kids in DCF.
And children's behavior, especially
Mm,
if they're being either
hurt.
SA, physical, mental, verbal, or neglect, because neglect is absolutely a form of abuse. And I can tell you that there are really good parents that have scenarios and they go into denial. So remember, people are always doing the best they know how to do.
Mm-hmm.
And we try to come with that with the standpoint of that mental health, of if a parent's mental health isn't well, or they're in denial, or they're overstressed, or they're overrun, then that's always going to be a downhill battle for the children. So in the Wells case, there's a lot of addiction issues. There's a lot of codependency issues. There's just a lot of really overwhelming issues. But I'm going to say it again, summer baby girl, wherever you are, your dogs are going to tell the story. And Michelle is figuring it out. We're the people are still looking for you. We're going to, whether it's today or it's 10 years from now, we're going to find the answers. And I believe your puppies are helping. And if you listen to the dogs, they're speaking. You just have to be able to speak dog. And why would that be difficult for people? Because we like to rationalize. The dogs are living in a raw truth and they're living in the moment. So, and they do not have an ability that humans have to rationalize away what is a truth, right? They cannot gaslight
Right.
you. Can't do this, blah, 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 blah. So we know that those dogs follow Don, that there's no way that an abductor absolutely would have been surrounded by a pack of dogs. Don walking up and down that hill is surrounded by a pack of dogs. The dogs that are with him that are alerting the other neighbor's dogs. So how is it that nobody heard anything that day? And how did a 20 dogs?
And nobody's found any dogs.
Well, this video was taken after. So if my question would be, where were the 20 dogs that night? Who returned when? And how many are back? Because there were Michelle counts on her video 6 following him, but when she goes up the hill, there's 3 that greet him. So were there 9 or were there 6? Were those 3 a part of the 6 and followed him down a hill? So I don't know how many returned.
Yeah.
Ren's not on tonight. Hey, Danny, what are you doing? Did you see Pat on here? He didn't say hi to me though. Why not? Why didn't Pat talk in? Danny, would you ever consider coming on the show? I want to talk about your dog and the subway system and that unbelievably gorgeous picture you took. Or maybe your wife. She's amazing. I follow her. She's one of the most incredible women. Maybe she would like to come on. That would be such an honor. So, yeah. So I don't know those answers. Remember, that's what gets me because I've been following this case from the beginning. I've been watching and following because this case, there's 3 cases. There's Gabby Petito that goes wild, right?
We got
The dirty laundries.
yeah.
And then from there's Chloe, and Chloe was literally abducted in Australia from her camping tent. She is recovered like a miracle, right? Like the best video ever. They find her, and everybody attacked her parents.
Like this whole thing stayed over at his house sometime.
Yeah.
and watch Transformers?
Yeah.
Like maybe this weekend or something?
Okay.
Can you ask?
Sorry, my son's interrupting.
That's all right. Mute yourself, honey.
Uh.
So she's found, and that's a miracle, right? It's a miracle. But the mom and dad get attacked because mom's stoic. And I relate to that because I'm stoic. She's got that ability. Her goal was to direct information, not to do anything else. She just wanted her daughter back. But, the community went nuts with speculation. Where's this child? Well, amen, that child was found. And it went from, while that was going on, Summer Wells was also going on. So that's how I become. In fact, Summer Wells, you and Gabby have changed people's lives. Summer has changed people's lives. Gabby did too. Gabby helped people that were actually deep diving into the case, because that case, we know so much about that case because of YouTubers. And then Summer Wells has driven to the point where people are just, it's like, let's look for this child, let's figure this out, and not be so. That's why one of the reasons I like Jody Sue. She's yeah, I would hey Marissa, what you doing? What do you think about the dogs? Marissa is also a dog pro, and Marissa has been working on being a dog pro diligently, with passion and determination. And the first time I met Marissa, you should do a YouTube channel, girl. The first time, and if you have one and I don't know about it, I apologize. The first time I met Marissa, she was a very young woman. She was totally into zombies. And she told me that she was going to be working with dogs and why she loved dogs. And that girl has kept her word. And she raises German Shepherds and trains them. She's done vet teching, and she hasn't been afraid to explore, take her chances, get herself around dog experts. Like, hey girl, you got heart. Maybe you'll come on the channel. Will you come on the channel? So the puppies are going to tell the story. And I said this the other night, that the dogs had so much information. And then I got up this morning and I saw that video and I was like, do it, Michelle, do it. Show us, because the dogs have already busted a lie, because it's something, there is, I'm going to say, guilty knowledge. This family has not actually physically harmed this child. They have guilty knowledge. And the dogs definitely. Marissa, would you agree those dogs know what happened? And if you're writing me and I'm not getting it, I'm not getting your comments. So, hey, Pat, if you are saying hi, Dan, if you're sending me jokes and making fun of me and making me read things, and I'm not ignoring you, I don't know why. I don't know why. And I don't have time to fix it tonight. I've been up since 5. We had an incredibly busy day at Hands to Paws. And I ran home, threw food in my mouth, and ran down to Orlando. Ran into traffic. But baby, I was here by 9. Baby, I ran in here and set up quick, because I was bound and determined. So I'm not seeing your guys' comments. I don't know why. I don't know.
I tried to go to Facebook, but then I lost you for a minute, so I didn't see any comments.
Yeah, and maybe nobody's writing, and that is possible. A lot of times people are silent watchers. I know that because I've been doing lives for a long time. So people can be silent watchers. I'm streaming on StreamYard tonight on 2 platforms. I'm streaming on Claudia's personal Facebook page. That's me. And I'm streaming on What's Up Dog, our YouTube channel. I am not streaming on Hands to Paws tonight, because I was live today at Hands to Paws doing a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful standard poodle named Sailor, who is starting to go into a show cut. And the young lady's going out of town and her mom's watching the dog. And I put up pictures of the rough cut of doing Sailor, and then my audio wasn't really good. I apologize if anybody watched that video. And then I did a little reel of Sailor after he had been bathed and thoroughly groomed, and where he was just walking all prancing with his mom. So I'm trying not to overload each channel. Eventually, this Claudia's personal page will have a coffee time where we just talk. And then What's Up Dog will be anything related to dog. And Hands to Paws, obviously, will be related to information concerning dogs when it comes to that arena of haircuts, ear pulling, nail care, skin care, good veterinarians, not good veterinarians, vetting your stylist, what equipment to use, what equipment not to use, blah, 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 blah. So, and I have this, I found today that the volume on my thing when I was talking, you couldn't really hear me right now. We'll get better, but I do have a brand new speaker when I'm at the salon to do that with.
Okay.
Poor nipples. And then also I have a whole beautiful YouTube room that I've been setting up, but my brother-in-law is coming over, and he's very busy, obviously, and helping me set that up. So I have all the equipment, but I'm not quite where I need to be. And that's okay. It can be messy for now. We work with dogs all the time, so we live in no shame in our game. Right on, my dog people? Dina.
Mhm.
Oh, and Lorraine Clark. Lorraine Clark is absolutely a dog. Hey, Lorraine, where have you been? I miss you. And Lorraine does service dogs, Suncoast Service Dogs in Beverly Hills. Please look her up, and I can always put a link to you too, also, Lorraine, because you do such valuable work. And Lorraine, for the longest time, now I will send people to another trainer in our community because I see him out training the dogs all the time, so he's kind of won me. But Lorraine does service dogs. She is so knowledgeable. But not only that, she's a woman of my own heart, because when I was a trainer, I was positive reinforcement. And Lorraine has all the knowledge and chooses to do the positive reinforcement. And when she talks, because, people, I'm a loudmouth, but people are under the impression in order to be a leader, you have to be yelling, or your voice needs to be like this, or I told you to sit. None of that is based in truth. That empowers you. That empowers you. It doesn't empower the dog. What empowers the dog is that you mean what you say and you do what you mean. Okay? So you could speak like this. In fact, let me do one better. You could talk like that with no words, and your dog can understand you. Okay? So if you're in our area, Lorraine from Suncoast Service Dog is the bomb. And nobody can give immediate results. So as a trainer, when you go into somebody's home, they throw at you every bad behavior. And I don't know how Lorraine does it, but I used to do let's do 3. So, and I'll go through that another time. Oh, girl, I did all the talking talk.
Well, I'm going to spend some time going through these videos that you've discussed about Summerwell so I can get caught up and follow these women and start becoming part of that community so I can follow it, because I just feel like, as a parent, where would she be? Like, what are they doing about it? Who's looking for her? Is she heard? Is she? I can't even really even think about it, And the dogs too. Where are they?
Well, some of those dogs are back.
So it's just disturbing.
Super disturbing.
And DCF is obviously around. What are they doing? What is the court doing? There's a whole system involved. What are they all doing? And I know it's slow. It's never a quick process, but usually when a child goes missing in DCF, you alert the missing child. I don't quite remember the name of the agency, but after so much time, you put alerts out and you put posters up, and there's activities you have to do every day to show that the DCF has to show that they're making efforts to find this child.
And I
So
think, how do Amber's alert? I think there's an Amber alert out for her too.
put an alert out. You go through the agency of the missing child. I'm not saying it all right. There's an agency that you have to alert when you are at the point where you know a child has gone missing. You give them a photo, you make posters, you give it to that agency, and they issue the alert. And I want to say you have to look or do some kind of activity on that case every day until they're found.
Yeah, and I've been learning through these cases that it's not that easy to get an Amber Alert. You have to be able to really somehow prove that the child was abducted. So definitely something to look into, because it seems from the things that I've been learning that it could be very difficult to get an Amber Alert.
The one time I had to do it, they had run away and couldn't find her. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know what that would be like.
Yeah. Well, we have lots of deep diving to do, so we'll deep dive. Tomorrow, are you available to be live tomorrow?
Yes.
So I will be live again from Orlando. And if you're going to Hands to Paws tomorrow, the whole crew is ready and waiting for you. And I will miss you, but I will be there Tuesday. And I wish everybody a Merry Christmas. And I want to tell little Miss Summer Wells, those puppies are talking, baby. Those puppies are talking. That was such an important relationship. And I know you raised a lot of those dogs on that property. And if they could talk, they would tell. I hope everybody enjoyed the content and the conversation. Sorry if I was a little blah, blah, blah tonight. I did my best to get on, get here, hot mess. Oof, happy to be with my friend. And I am now going to go spend some time with her. Nicole will see you live tomorrow. And we will touch base before we do the discussion. So we are a little more organized in what we're talking about with our notes. Like I'll usually have notes beside me. Like I usually have a notebook. I didn't have a notebook, and I watched Michelle's video because I really wanted to digest. This is a short video. It's not long. I think it's 8 or 9 minutes. And I watched that, I don't know, 3 or 4 times because I wanted to hear the rustling of the leaves. I wanted to hear the direction of the hill going up. I wanted to look and see what it looked like. And, she's counting the dogs. I'm looking at these dogs. What dog has blue eyes? There's either husky mixes or Aussies in there, because you've got dogs with one blue eye. They're spotted. They're like hounds. There's that one like golden retriever mix. And I don't know if they're foraging through or where they're getting all that healthy, but they do look really healthy. And that, never going to say something isn't what it is.
Yeah.
And I always have some kind of note and direction on where I'm going with this. So, and I like being very kind of prepared. So as we do get a community going, as we create our swagger community, and we're doing this, we want to be directed, and we want to be able to deliver really great content. So the people that I follow really, before I subscribe to their channel, I followed them, and I have a variety of types of people that I follow, but I followed them for a long time before I subscribed to their channel. So, but I am subscribed to all their channels now. But, that's the name of the game. So if you do like the content and you do want to be part of our community, we invite you to subscribe to the channel, and we will be here for Christmas. Our goal is, well, we're almost there, is to be here consistently, except Saturday night. I will be here every night So if you need someone to hang out with at 9 o'clock, and you may feel free to come on and comment. I've been home alone. I've been lonely. It's Saturday night and I ain't got nobody. But I had the people on YouTube. And it's amazing to me, some of these super pros that are on YouTube, that you have accessibility to talk to. So with that in mind, and I don't know if Pat's still on, but Pat, I'd love you to say hi. And I'm glad Danny was here. I'm glad Marissa was here. I'm tickled beyond belief that Lorraine came in. And anybody else, I don't see if Stephanie's in here, anybody else that joined our live chat. But Nicole, we can't be falling asleep anymore because I'm going to make a blooper out of it. That's number one. Big Sister will edit the video and make a whole thing about you falling asleep. You've been warned. That's what big sisters do. And we showed up on the news feed. That's fantastic. So thank you to people that are watching as we develop a community. You made my day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow night.